So here with us now is Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napalitano. Madam Secretary, thank you very much for being with us. Let's talk about the Thompson Correctional Center and the inspection today. Is this the most likely choice, or are you just at the beginning stage of deciding where you would put some of these Guantanamo detainees?
No final decision has been made, but you're correct. The team is looking at Thompson as a possible location for some of these detainees.
What are the advantages there, and what are some of the concerns? Obviously, some of the Illinois Republicans have some concerns about having the detainees there. Would it be safe? What would be the risk to people in the community? And how do we know that that's the right place for them?
Well, obviously, the safety of the community always comes first. But as far as I know, the community has been supportive. Others have been supported. This is a prison that was built that's been barely occupied, so it's a rather new facility so that it could be quickly transformed into a new location for some of these detainees. You know, the president is intent on closing Guantanamo, and I think it's important to recognize that Guantanamo itself has been used as a recruitment tool by those who would seek to harm us. And so it is time now to begin closing it, and that means moving some of these detainees to a very secure site within the United States.
Now, what about the civilian trials for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed? We were talking with your predecessor, Michael Chertoff, earlier today and earlier in the program, and he suggested that there are cases, such as the Moussaoui case, that the George W. Bush administration prosecuted, which are appropriate. But he said there are some pitfalls, some potential pitfalls. We all assume that the Justice Department has figured this all out. But what about more of these guys could get off?
Listen, I have great faith in the American criminal justice system, and it is time to show the world how our criminal justice system operates and to put some of these defendants on trial so that justice can be meted out. So the Attorney General has gone meticulously through the cases that have been languishing at Guantanamo. He's made decisions about which ones are appropriate to go right into federal court, and those are the decisions that we now will pursue. So I think it's a great illustration of the American criminal justice system.
Now, consider the source, but John Yoo, who is the author of some of the so-called torture memos within the Bush administration, has an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal calling this a potential intelligence bonanza for al-Qaeda. Prosecutors will be forced to reveal U.S. intelligence on Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the methods and sources for acquiring its information, and his relationships to fellow al-Qaeda operatives. The information will enable al-Qaeda to drop plans and personnel whose cover is blown. It will enable it to detect our means of intelligence gathering and push forward into areas we know nothing about. Legitimate concerns?
Look, I think there's a parade of horribles there that is highly speculative at best. Our courts, particularly the courts that have been selected to handle these cases, are used to handling defendants that raise national security concerns, and to do it in such a fashion that national security is protected, public safety is protected, but justice is meted out. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
What do you think of Michael Chertoff's suggestion here today that a special courthouse be set up within the Southern District on Governor's Island, secure, not interfering with other traffic and other business that's going on in the lower Manhattan? Is that an idea for holding a special courthouse?
You know, I think that's an interesting suggestion, and I'm sure that the Attorney General and his prosecutors will be meeting with the judges of the Southern District, which is where these cases are slated to be held, about how best to hold them, where best to hold them, and the like. So it's an interesting suggestion.